Was started with Gary and Stace about 3 years ago in the beginning stages of the design process, and have been fortunate enough to follow them through the whole project, through space planning of the house, just the general design and layout of the rooms and how they function, and then also the finishes throughout the house and somewhat the exterior as well. So my favorite thing and a lot of comments are the bathrooms. Those turned out to be kind of the jewels of the home, as I quote somebody else, but they've turned out pretty nice and have a good consistency through the house. And the master bath was the most challenging, and we did a sunken tub that we built ourselves on site here, and that bathroom went through quite a few revisions before we got to the final product. Each one is different. We've got a second master, and what we call the bunk room or the kids' space, an office bathroom. Gary hadn't really done anything that was more on the contemporary side, and kind of the theme throughout the project was a mountain modern look or a mountain contemporary, which is kind of the new buzzwords that are out there. And I hadn't really worked on anything very contemporary either. So throughout the process, it was kind of trying to get the builder to see a contemporary side of it and to be able to marry the two styles together without being strong one way or the other. And I think we accomplished that with, not just Gary and I, but Stace and everybody we had on site, and the whole project team really came together to give their input, and a lot of give and take on everybody's part to come to this final project. Mountain Modern is a blend between a rustic mountain style that you normally see when you think of Colorado or the Aspen or mountain areas, and typically that's been kind of more of a early on, heavy timber look, that type of thing. And then throughout the probably 70s and 80s, and you kind of got more of the mountain look, the contemporary look, with other architects and stuff coming in and building. And I think over the last couple of years, it's just been this blend of, because I think people who come to Colorado want to see the mountain look. That's why they're coming to Colorado. So you don't want to see a very contemporary, clean style home. And then those of us who live here, and I haven't lived here for years, but 6 years, it's nice to see something a little different than mountain all the time. So this has been a nice blend of the two styles. In general, it was to build a green home. I mean, that was the initial concept of the project. Gary and Stace decided to go with the LEED. USGBC LEED certification process was our main process that we followed. And in doing that, we also was trying to balance the luxury side of this market and this scale of home, which a lot of people said it's going to be a challenge, and it was a challenge. But we incorporated, Stace and Gary and the construction team incorporated a ton of green materials that led to our point structure for that. And then when it came to the interiors, we balanced that out. We weren't able to find all of our tiles, and we decided not to do all of our countertops in green. We didn't, as Gary put it, we didn't chase the points for LEED. We wanted to achieve as good a project as we could, but not necessarily chase just the points. So in that process, we chose to select certain materials only, even though maybe we had access to others. Our countertops are one example. We put in the majority of the home with green countertops, but because of the level of the home, there's some areas we chose to use granite. And because we did that, we didn't gain the points for the countertops. Or we decided to put 2 shower heads and body sprays in the master, but because of that, we didn't get all the points for the low flow rate for showers. But still, in all the other bathrooms, we put low flow shower heads. So we kind of had to play with this balance between what is right for the client and for the market that we're in, and also trying to make it as green as possible.